Black belt actually means a lot more than the competition. Some people think about the podium and winning, and I just love being on the mat. No, don't sweep. Don't do that. Step fast. 1, 2, 3. When you lose the back, lock your legs and go to the mount.
He has a good heart. Uplifts everybody, brings everybody higher.
1, 2, 3.
So if you know the Greek gods, Zeus, he's Kronos, even bigger. I feel sorry for his opponents.
I love to compete, but I think we should never forget that jiu-jitsu is a martial art. It's not just a sport. I still don't realize it happened. I never worked so hard for anything like I worked for that tournament. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm the best, but I obviously know that those titles put me among the best grapplers in grappling history. Go up, go to the mount, go to the mount. Nice. If you just keep your foot hanging here, he still controls, it doesn't do much. So you need to use that foot once you have it, and as well use it opening his arm and push him that way. Yes. Time. Change pairs right away, let's go. My name is Yuri Simoes. I'm a black belt from Kaiser Association. When I show something and someone like asks a question, I don't just show a technique and like do it. You know, I want them to learn. It really makes you think, and I think that helps you. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start sliding my arm here all the way to the shoulder, reaching the shoulder. I don't want to be with my head far, because if I stay with my head far, I lose a lot of pressure. And now I'm bringing this arm here up and all the way down. I'll show again if you guys need to. Beginners, so let's go guys. 1, 2, 3. Guys, elbow on the line of the chin. That's very important. Your elbow that goes around on the line. So when you go, that's why you gotta go all the way here and hold here. Yes. They gotta be creative and do like try to develop their own style, but in this class we want them to like try to get the curriculum 100%. All right, guys. Here. Now you're gonna cross. And look, here now you're gonna pass the side of the black part underneath.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tied it up. Now this one without go under and over, under and over both parts, both belts. Okay, tight. Yes. Now the black part goes over and pull. Yeah, there you go. Remember that. I'll show you again if you need to, but remember that. Well, growing up in Brazil was really good. I started martial arts really young. I had like a lot of support from my parents, and that like they always motivated me. My father, since I remember like 4 years old, when I look back and I remember he going to the gym. So jiu-jitsu was in my life since I was very young. Before I wanted to do jiu-jitsu, I tried soccer. I said I wanted to be an astronaut, but jiu-jitsu was the only thing that really stayed in my mind, you know what I mean? I started liking jiu-jitsu the most like when I watched the documentary Choke of Rickson Gracie, and I remember watching it over and over and over. I was about 7 years old, because like I said, when I was like 4, I knew my dad was going to train, but I didn't really know what it was. So growing up, I always had like mats at home. My friends and my brothers would come home and just roll. I remember in Christmas, after like the feast, we would go like belly full rolling and have fun. It was great, man, and it really helped me, you know. And I was really young, but I already knew that's amazing. I want to do that for life, for living, and here I am.
Yuri pulls. Whoa, look at that.
If you're Keenan going for this arm drag, it's a great attack.
I had a bad injury on ADCC, which made me stay away quite a while from jiu-jitsu, and you know, this training is helping me get back 100%. And you know, when you're an athlete, you need to be trained 100%, so it's been very important, my recovery. Today I go back to the mats, I'm very stoked, and soon I'll be back on the competitions. In an academy, first day I was about 9 years old, and you know, I remember going in there and thinking like, oh, that would be cool. I'm gonna kick someone's ass. That was my mindset, and the opposite happened. Everybody kicked my ass, and I was like, what the heck? And I'm like, I gotta learn that. And now I want to learn that even more, and I think that always motivated me to learn and, you know, improve myself. I got my purple belt, I was 17 years old. The thing about getting a different belt, you notice right away when you step on the mats and you feel the game changing. In 2009, the Worlds was in US. I flew as a purple belt to compete in America. My first time in America was just about to turn 19. And I won the absolute, and I got second on my weight class. I had like accomplished all the titles that I wanted in the purple belt, so I can't complain. I was lucky. For being success in this sport, you gotta do your best. You gotta just do that for your life. It's a responsibility to be training and make sure that I'm in the right path to the victory, you know? I got my brown belt on the podium. I got my brown belt with Buchecha, actually. We close up the absolute. Having that on the memory is always a special time, especially in the world's podium. So yeah, it was really special for me. And I got a brown belt still, I was 18, like it was probably a month before I turned 19. So that was a big change in the competition point of view, because there was leg locks and a whole type of different rules. So like I had to adapt myself. So I didn't do very well in the first year in the brown belt. I got third in the Worlds, got a bunch of third places. I mean, a lot of people consider that well, but I'm like, oh no, I gotta train harder, I gotta improve myself. And then finally the next year, 2011, I won the European, I won the Worlds, and I won the Worlds no-gi division open weight in the brown belt. So then right after Worlds no-gi division open weight, I got awarded the black belt. And the new challenge started, the same thing.
Pull up, guys, come on. He has this knee shield, right? I am using my bottom leg to trap his bottom leg down. Guys, let's go here.
When I met Kyle, I just liked him as a person, and that was the first thing for me that matter the most, you know. As a coach, for me, the best coach in the world.
Tudo bem. Eu só acho que você não tem tanto balance quanto o joelho no chão.
Beleza.
Mas se você quiser fazer assim, você pode.
I always knew, you know, I had a foundation. I always believed in my technique, but I think when I got at Kyle's, I started like getting to like another level of visualizing jiu-jitsu. You know what I'm saying? I started learning the most since I got my black belt. Not just in jiu-jitsu, but in life in general. I started teaching. 2 more guys. I just personally like to grab on the knee. Go, go, go. Don't hang out with the arm here. You reach the heel, you push right away. Teaching also challenges you a lot. You need to help people answer questions, you know, and makes you think. So that helped me evolve a lot. And like, I think the best feeling is when, you know, you get, you know, when you have a student coming in the gym and he's coming for whatever reason, either he's been bullied or he wants to lose weight or just want to learn a martial art, want to learn how to defend himself, and you see him accomplishing that, it's really gratifying. And, you know, those things are, you know, like priceless for me. So I think jiu-jitsu for me, it's a lot more than tournament. It's just a lifestyle. It's my life.
Yeah, Yuri is a great guy on and off the mats. You can't find, you know, good people like this. You know, it's so hard to find, and I'm so lucky that I have found him.
I was 13 when I first watched the ADCC with my dad, and my master was coaching 2 of the athletes that fought there. It was Fabrício Verdun and Márcio Coleta. They both fought at ADCC 2003. They were like, back in the time, they were like in the gym. They were like, we always looked up to them. Finally, like what, 12 years after that, it happened again in Brazil. It was the first time since then that ADCC happened in Brazil, and I got the invitation. Being there as a fighter, being invited, you know, got the email, and, you know, it was like, no words can describe it. So it was like seeing a dream coming true. It was amazing. It was really cool, man. Posture up, shoulders back. Don't pull like that. It's gonna hurt your back. Here. The guy here keep his legs tight because over there is gonna be the training for him. Once I get there, he's gonna do 10 times sit up, 10 sit-ups. All right, and then chain. Push. Let's go, guys. One, two, three. To pick it up, you don't need to lift it. You just gotta push his chest, and then right away his leg is gonna come out. 1, 2, boom. Pick it up, move around, let it go. 1, 2. Get up, move around, all the way there. Let's go. Yes. On the floor. Grab it tight on the lapel.
No, Josh, it's not a kick. You just step and you catch it.
Yeah, don't sweep. Don't sweep the legs. Step. Step fast is good, Benji.
Pode pegar a perna.
Yes.
Ele tem que te empurrar
Push
na hora.
right away. Step fast. Step across inside the leg there. Yes. Put your weight to the side. Use your core. Good. All right, guys. Quick break for water. I never trained so hard in my life for something. I think in general, I was very well prepared. From everybody that I faced on my weight class, the toughest one was against Romulo in the semifinal. You know, the guy needs no introduction. The guy is a legend, and he was the current champion in the ADCC and multiple times champion in the gi. My game plan was to win, to become champion. Whatever it takes to be a champion. And I was keen to win the final. Of course, it's a tough match, but I was able to apply my game again, just like in the no-gi Worlds final, and everything worked out good. I will remember that day for the rest of my life. I had my coach there, I had my family there, some friends, so I had a lot of people that always believed in me. You know, I believed that I was going to be the champion. I knew, I was completely aware of how much I trained for that. Winning in my country, you know, with my family, watching, looking at the crowd and see my family there cheering up and sharing that dream with me, was just, no words can describe it. You know, it was crazy, man. Some things you just can't explain. Grab the guy on bottom, break the grip. Push. Let's go, guys. The martial art aspects, the values that you learn on the mat. I just love jiu-jitsu. Something I love to do. Everything about it. I won division open weight in the Worlds, and I won ADCC. So I think that's as big as it gets. And I can't say, oh yeah, I'm gonna compete for the rest of my life. You know, everybody gets old, but just training and going to the gym and doing jiu-jitsu, that's forever, man, you know, for life.